Aloha! How's it going, YouTube? This is Pima24 Pro, and today I'm going to be bringing you the video Grand Theft Auto 5 Everything You Need to Know. I'm going to go over whatever and anything, new features, etc., etc. So, wait, first of all, before I start, Rockstar, this is pretty recent, but a couple days ago, they are doing a Q&A strictly on Grand Theft Auto 5, so if you're interested in that, you can go and check that out. I'll probably leave a link in the description below. And first of all, release info. Supposedly, initially, it's supposed to come out spring of 2013. That's a few months ago. But they changed it to September 17th, which isn't a bad idea. It allowed them time to, fix whatever they needed to do, make it better, and hopefully live up to the hype. And they're doing some emphasis on multiplayer content, so you can expect that, which will help in the longevity of the game. Make it last longer, enjoyable for a few years. And this is new released. Xbox is going to need two discs, one for installation and one for the game, while the PS3 standard install, just one disc, install and play. And let's start talking about the settings. Grand Theft Auto 5 will be taking place in Los Santos, which you've seen in San Andreas or GTA San Andreas, but they say that it looks nothing alike. There's no similarities, etc. Los Santos, if you guys don't know, with the Grand Theft Auto series, Los Santos is based off of Los Angeles, California. There's also some places in this game that are very similar to real life, like Hollywood, downtown LA, Koreatown, Venice Beach, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills. They all have their own spot in the video game. Of course, they changed the names up. And in this one, you can expect a lot of country, mountains, towns, beaches, cities. Also, deserts, dense urban environments, military, lakes, rivers. So it's a lot more realistic compared to GTA 4, where it was kind of, just plain and only buildings. It's really gray to me. So you can expect a lot of changes in the environment, which will help. It makes it a lot nicer. And something else added is wildlife. So there's actually going to be animals, dogs, rabbits, cougars, birds, fishes, which you'll be able to hunt, but I'll talk about that later. So yeah, that's basically the settings. Main characters. There are 3 main characters in this game: Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. Michael is a farmer bank robber. He's part of the witness protection program. He lives in a huge mansion. His wife and kids spends all his monies, and he's kind of lost his cash, so he has to go back to his old life, go back to that gangsta style to regain some cash. And he's the brains out of the 3. Trevor, he's the wild one. He's former pilot in the military. He was an old partner with Michael back in good old days. And he's the one that lives in the countryside, so in the desert. So I'm guessing those missions will mainly take place with him. But in missions, you can actually switch upon the 3. And I think anytime around the game, you'll be able to switch. It depends, though. Franklin, he's works as a car dealership, one of those top-of-the-line car brands. And he's skilled driving and sniping. There's also a bunch of side characters also. And this has been confirmed that there will be some GTA 4 characters, not the big or main characters like Nico or Roman, but they said there will be some characters that was in GTA 4, so you can expect that to be in GTA 5. Now moving on to some new features. I already said this, the ability to play as 3 characters. During missions, you'll be able to play them. They will switch automatically in certain times during missions. Out of missions, you'll be able to switch whenever you feel like it. And the only time you won't be able to switch is when you have the cops on you, wanted, whatnot. Non-playable characters, they all have their own daily life, which is very good to hear, because I'm guessing, or I'm assuming that, for example, in GTA 4, when you drop off Roman or someone home, they actually have a life behind it, so they don't just disappear. You will actually be able to see them. Trevor, Michael, Franklin. When you're not using them, they go off on their own. You can actually see them in their own life. So that's pretty cool. Dynamicness. They added a lot of dynamic features. Random characters, side missions, which is kind of like the Blue Man characters in GTA 4. You know, instead of standing on the side of the street just waiting for you to come, they're actually off doing their own stuff. Dynamic missions, which is good because that means multiple endings and it gives a little individuality to each person and the way everyone plays their game. So you're not going to be seeing the same gameplay from each person. And you will need money to get access to certain missions. So that's pretty cool. Talking about money, there's going to be a economic system applied in this game. So you're going to have to gain and spend money. And by spending money, you can use them on items, toys, you know, garages, property, houses, businesses, etc. And you can also, or liquor stores and ATM robberies are possible. So that's probably the ability for you to rob it, or the ability for others to rob, and then you can go ahead and either watch or do something about it. There will be 5 times more pedestrians than in GTA 4, which I think is good. You know, more people the better. And citizens can react, and they react to certain things that happen. So, like, if you're robbing a car, they're gonna do something about it, not just stand and run away or something. They can alert the police, you know, film you, or take you down themselves. And I'm gonna talk about the wanted system. The wanted system, they're bringing it back, like no duh. But instead of 6 stars, they're bringing only 5. And this is one of the best things about this one, this GTA 5. The ability to hide within the circle. You know that blinking circle when the cops can see you? Yeah, you can hide within the circle and evade the cops. You know, they added the line of sight system to the cops, so if they can see you, if they have line of sight on you, that's the only time they can see you. So if you're like hiding in the corner or the alleyway where they can't see you, then they can't see you. Unlike all the other Grand Theft Autos where they just automatically know where you are. So that's gonna be really good. I like that. And interactions, activities, they added some pretty cool stuff. There's yoga, golfing, tennis, and there's also some other stuff like tour buses where you can go on tours and visit celebrity homes. You can go diving to find treasure under the ocean. And you can also hunt for dogs, rabbits, cougars, birds, fishes, like I said. Boats contain gear, flippers, tanks, and wetsuits where you can go find treasure. And it's a huge, pretty big map, and then you're not going to be able to find it that easy. So that's going to be interesting. You can get money off of the treasure, but not a lot. And they brought the phone back, which was expected. It's called the iFruit. And with the phone, you can probably put in the cheats and whatever else. But there will be a camera, calendar, internet, and some other apps. And you can also upload cameras or your camera shots, screenshots, to Rockstar Social Club. You can share it with other people. So that's pretty cool. Next up, you have players based on different skill sets. So this is very common in the past Grand Theft Autos, except 4. Yeah, they didn't have in 4. Well, players are going to be based on stamina, shooting, strength, stealth, flying, driving, mechanic, and their lung capacity. They also have a special meter. Like I said, Franklin, he has driving and sniping. So I guess that bar will go down if he uses it too much. I'm not sure. Some combat things are the ability to assemble a crew. You're going to have to recruit them for large heists or missions. They will need to be paid, so it's going to be cheap versus skilled. You can either recruit a less skilled crew and only pay them a cheaper amount, or you can go ahead and get the top of the line best crew, but then you know their pay is going to be a lot higher, which makes your pay lower. So that is going to be up to you. You can use the same crew if they survive. If they survive, their skill will improve. If they die, then you know, it sucks to be you. You either choose to kill stealth or straight up, which will definitely affect the outcome of the mission. And they also added an after action report where it will show the money, the payouts, the crew, skill increase, you know, etc. Things like that. And they also have mini heists to teach you preparation, secure vehicles, outfits, masks, getaway vehicles. So that's a good way to practice, and that will help you lead up to the big mission. Small touch-ups. They added some small touch-ups. You know, they got rid of the weapon. You press left or right. They added the weapon wheel, which is, you know, you knew that was gonna happen. Same like Red Dead Redemption, they have the weapon wheel. And you can run with the weapon. You can hit fire, hit markers, do their transitions, moving in and out of cover, which is good. Another big thing is they added weapon attachments. You can add silencers, scopes, lasers, extended mag. And the last thing is they added, again, customizations with vehicles. There are at least 120 different vehicles known right now, confirmed. You know, which includes cars, bikes, planes, boats, buses, trains, emergency vehicles, motorcycles, helicopters. You know, this is by far the most vehicles in any Grand Theft Auto. And also they brought back, you know, the customizations with it. You know, the paint jobs, the wheels, window tints, grills, spoilers, and all those upgrades that you can do with the cars. You know, they all added that back into this game, which I think is really good. And I think that is it. That is everything you need to know about Grand Theft Auto 5 in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like rating if you learned something. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to have all the Grand Theft Auto 5 coverage right here on this channel. I'm going to do full walkthrough, any funny moments, montages, montages. Well, I'm going to do the complete walkthrough and complete coverage of Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm also going to do the midnight release, so don't forget to subscribe to see all that. And yeah, I want to thank you for watching. And PMile24 Pro is out.